The most hyped 5th round pick we've ever seen, Shedeur Sanders didn't exactly live up to the lofty expectations that were set upon him. He flashed the same aggression and improv plays shown from college, but the NFL is all about timing and precision, and here the game remains wildly off the mark. Like we always do in our rookie reports, let's build a complete picture, starting with the good stuff. One upgrade Shedeur brought to the offense was a spark for the big play. Aggressive downfield, he's particularly adept at attacking the post, punishing defenses when the opportunity arose. On 3rd and long, the Bears threatened the heavy blitz against the porous Browns line, but only send 5. The key read here by Shedeur is the bailing free safety. He doesn't hold the post, working hard to get over the top of the 2 receivers. But this leaves a dropping linebacker covering Isaiah Bond to the post. The ball's up to the sky and out in rhythm, dropped beautifully in the bucket to flip the field. Here's more aggression when the defense opens the post, this time for a score. The Titans are playing man, but try to pass off the first post in the double post concept, allowing the slot to drop into the window for the dig route. But Judy isn't working middle, but going skinny to the post. Seeing the free safety track the first post, Shedeur is lightning to the second, hitting Judy in stride, and he's off to the races, high-stepping the last attempt for the 60-yard score. And back against the Bears, we've got the best of the bunch. The motion confirms man coverage, so when 2 backers come on the blitz, the math tells us it's got to be cover 0, again leaving the post open. Shedeur's eyes spot that safety rotation, this time to become a man defender, and immediately launches to the post, throwing a rainbow as he gets hit. It's thrown right between the hashes, and Bond meets it in stride for a gain of 47. A trait we love in signal callers is their ability to throw with touch, and Shedeur flashed strong here, if a little too eager to use this tool. Backed up, the Browns call a boot left flood concept, and Shedeur drops it over the shoulder for a chunk gain. He's quick to spot Cedric Tillman when on the route, and with no help over the top, he can display the touch, finding him for the catch and run. Here's a clever play on the goal line, running a rub concept out of Jumbo 13 personnel. Now, arguably, this is the incorrect read, with Fannin breaking wide open, but with the corner staying so flat, he eliminates himself from the play and allows the out route to open. But it does need an excellent throw to make it, and Shedeur floats it to the sideline to where only his man can get it. And in inclement weather and under pressure, this is a hell of a bucket drop. The NFL loves this post-wheel concept as a way to attack quarters, but it's also excellent against cover 1, with real routes real tricky to track in man. The stunt opens a clean shot, but Shedeur delivers a dime, leading Harold Fannin to green grass. It won't be the last time you see him in this video. There have also been some flashes of combining the two, along with reading the defense to find these aggressive first read throws. The reading still needs to come a long way, but these are some nice tosses. The Steelers show 5, but rush 4, dropping into Tampa 2. And with the hook defender shallow for the out route, there's a window to Judy on the dig. Shedeur winds up at the cut, and the gap is found for a first down. That's good stuff. This time, the Steelers zone gets caught playing static, and with some good protection in the pocket for once, there's a crosser for Sanders to find. It's more nice touch, and Bond hauls in the 20-yard gain. And versus the Niners, the Browns come back to the post-wheel concept, perfectly timed into the quarter's defense. The rhythm is good, if the location a little suspect, but Harold Fannin to the rescue as he hauls in the underthrow, then bullies his way in for the score. Another skill Shedeur displayed was the ability to scramble and extend, and boy did he need it playing behind this line. The Bills completely blanket the 3rd down look with the 2-man coverage, and pressure quickly crumbles the line, leaving Shedeur dead for rights. But he somehow ducks under the definite sack, dodges the next man, then takes off for the first. Late against Tennessee, Shedeur has to beat the whole defense for a score. Nothing's open, so he weaves in and out the pocket, sending 2 rushers colliding, and then, with the coverage turning their back, takes off for the line, cutting inside 1 to find 6 points. And in his first game against the Raiders, this extension sparked a big play. The Raiders are quick to get pressure, but Shedeur extends right, and seeing Bond cook his man, sends this one to the heavens while getting lit up, getting this ball all the way to the 1. This video is sponsored by PrizePicks. The World Cup is here, and PrizePicks is America's #1 sports picks app and your way to get in on the action. All you have to do is pick more or less on a few player stats, and your lineup is set, ready to win cash prizes. This week, I'm backing the boys who run half of the channel and picking some English lads to do some damage. I've got Harry Kane with a goal and Reece James getting an assist for the Three Lions. PrizePicks is also available in over 35 states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Best of all, PrizePicks will give you $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in lineups just for playing. So download the app and use our promo code HMA to get $50 in lineups now. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. So we've covered the flashes. Now the gray skies start to roll in. First, there's a problem with processing speed. The pro level is exponentially faster than college, and the greats at the position stand out not because of their physical traits, but their mental ones. In a game that stresses timing, Shedeur just isn't processing fast enough to be a consistent threat, and languishes into the dangerously slow category, putting himself and the ball at risk. On these crossing concepts, you've really got to be throwing the ball as the receiver snaps his route cross-field. NFL defenders are way too fast and way too quick to pick up the route, and late throws just won't work. He waits to see Harold Fandon break before he lets it go, and this allows the defender who was beaten to catch up and smother the catch point. However, the throw isn't online either, and Fandon can't stretch any further for the wayward ball. Here's the same thing against the Bengals. He's waiting to confirm the route comes open, not throwing at the snap. And this time, it lets the safety into the play for a shot at his receiver. This one's high and offline, and that luckily saves his receiver from a big hit. Again, against the Bengals, he's struggling with throwing these intermediate routes with anticipation. Running the dig off the play action, Jeudy gets depth to allow for the touch ball over the underneath level, but Shedeur has to wait to see it come open, and this allows pressure to get home and hit him on the release. And he's lucky this tumble's safe. One thing you really can't do in the pros is be late to the flat. NFL defenders are just too damn fast. It's a double move Hank concept here, with curls and flats to stretch the coverage. And the doubles do open space for the curls. However, Shedeur doesn't like it and works to the flat. He then stares down the flat before releasing, allowing Nick Herbig to see this easily and break for the sure pick six. But he leaves the ball behind, and he'll be seeing that one in his nightmares for a long ass time. And here, he breaks a cardinal sin of quarterbacking, throwing hitches at off corners. When a boundary corner is sitting 7 yards off his man in the NFL, the 5-yard hitch is simply off limits. Corners are far too fast and instinctual, and they'll jump these easily. Somehow, this isn't caught, and I guess that's why bro plays defense. The troubles extend beyond just the clock speed. His reading of the concept can be really poor, matched with erratic reading through the progression. Here's a nice design that builds off the post wheel play we've been showing, where the Browns use a stack motion to create speed for the wheel, and the post runner turns their route into a sail route, taking advantage of the space created. It's a wide open throw into the quarter's defense, but Shedeur never pulls the trigger, instead scrambling right and overthrowing the check down. Against the Bills, the Browns call a dagger concept a perfect way to attack the Bills' cover 2. Jeudy comes streaking open between the levels, and Shedeur has a clean look at it, but again, doesn't pull the trigger. He puts his head down and scrambles when the pocket gets shifted, caught by a tap tackle to keep the gain to a minimum. And on this boot concept, he misses a wide open crosser. It's hard to work out why he doesn't throw this, and in a league dominated by boot action heavy offensive coordinators, they aren't going to want to see this on film. Everyone misses reads, that's a given, but Shedeur's occur too frequently, and that's because of a general skittishness with reading the progression. His eyes don't flow through downfield reads, and this causes him to be late on throws. Look how his eyes don't stay on the follow concept here, even though he gets the perfect break, checking the solo side before getting back to it. This leaves him late to it, and then he throws this at changeup speed, and the backer can just close and dislodge the ball. Here's the same concept idea, one crosser clearing out space for another to follow. This gets Jerry Jeudy open this time, but again, his eyes rush the progression and he misses the window. When he gets back to it, Jeudy has taken the route north to find the space, but he still waits another beat before releasing, and then overthrows the football. That should have been 6. A lot of young QBs can dig themselves out of a processing hole by having a sniper for an arm. But here, Shedeur struggles too, both in radar control and in velocity. Throwing late and off speed in the NFL is just a disaster waiting to happen. Being able to throw cross hash with accuracy in the NFL is a necessity, as it's often the only hole in deeper dropping zone defenses. Gage Larvidan gets open with the deep spot route, but Shedeur sails this to the sideline. Here's a nice designed shot play once they reach Cincy territory, but Shedeur is late and offline. It's a heavy play action that looks to be setting up a flood concept, except the deep route fakes the corner before snapping back to the post. The safety bites, and there's a touchdown over the top waiting to happen. But Shedeur waits to confirm, allowing pressure in, leading to an underthrow. And while we like the touch ball as a skill, it can't be overused. Running a true flood concept this time, Harold Fannin gets open as the middle read. But again, there's a wait to see it break, and then the ball is softly floated, giving the corner plenty of time to recover and catch this like a receiver. That ain't what you want. Now, we always aim to lay out the full picture here at Thinking Football, and we can't finish this rookie report without discussing some negatives outside of Shedeur's control. I've gone back and forth on the decision to start Flacco if you wanted to use this season as a dress rehearsal for two young quarterbacks. But when you see how this line treated him, you'll understand Stefanski's decision. This offensive line was simply not competitive to a pro level last season, and consistently allowed quick and disastrous pressures that tunnel visioned a drive into a punt. When consistent pressure is happening around you through the interior gaps, you really have no chance unless you can get the ball out from the snap. Any longer developing concept, and it's just over. When it wasn't the line letting them down, the receivers, and some of these concepts certainly did. They've really found someone in Harold Fannin, but there was little juice from any other pass catcher. Too often, there was no one open when Shedeur looked up, and with a lack of want to progress and anticipate, little options to find. This offense also didn't offer enough checkdown options on deeper play action concepts, which gave neither the line nor Shedeur a fair chance to get out of a failed play. However, not all sacks are created equal, and Shedeur himself contributed to the total by holding on to the ball and missing some open reads. We're going to do a full deep dive into why do sacks happen this offseason to work out what percentage are quarterbacks truly responsible for. So, you best be subscribed for that. While Shedeur Sanders offered a spark over Dylan Gabriel, he too is unlikely to be part of the Browns' future. Sanders has serious processing gaps in his game that currently limit him from being an effective or even average starter. And with below average clock speed and arm, it seems unlikely to manifest itself. Never say never, because great coaching and years as a backup can certainly develop a QB, but it's a long shot.